From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Warning signs, concerns over a possible new wave of a global cyber attack. Find out why a Michigan researcher is sounding the alarm. Nick?
And I'm Nick Monticelli live here in Mount Clemens. The sinkhole lawsuit inside of this courtroom, a big judgment made against the city of Sterling Heights. We'll tell you exactly what happened and what it means.
Plus, we're following breaking news this afternoon from Detroit's west side, and that's where we've just learned one person is in custody after a deadly car accident. That story topping our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. This is video from the scene earlier today, and we've also just learned that police suspect alcohol was a factor in this deadly crash. Local 4's Coco McAboy has been monitoring these breaking developments for us this afternoon. And Coco, we're learning more about the victims at this hour.
Yes, Evrod, we just spoke with family members, and as you can imagine, they are beyond hurt about what happened. They have identified the victims as 53-year-old George Nobles, 10-year-old Ariana Woods, and her twin sister, Ariana Woods. And Ariana Woods is in the hospital right now in critical condition. Now, this is the area where the crash happened this morning, and here's what police say happened. Nobles, the twin girls, and another woman were returning home when a 30-year-old drunk driver in a Chevy Impala slammed into the back of their vehicle, shoving it into a pole. Their vehicle was hit with so much force it was nearly ripped in half. The 30-year-old driver then ran into another vehicle. George Nobles was killed in the crash, and family says he was like an uncle to the twin girls. Ariana Woods was also killed in the crash, and she died from her injuries. Ariana Woods is in the hospital. She's in critical condition, suffering from a number of injuries. And we spoke to family members about the twins and Nobles.
And that's an innocent child. Two of them. One's gone and one's sitting there in the hospital on critical condition. That's crazy. A family shouldn't go through so much hurt at once.
They loved him, and he loved them. He loved everybody. Everybody.
Right.
No matter what ups, downs you got, he loved everybody. Everybody.
And as we mentioned, the 30-year-old driver, he is in custody this afternoon. And we also spoke to the woman who was in the vehicle with Nobles and the twin girls, and you'll hear more from her at 5 o'clock. Reporting live this afternoon, I'm Coco McAboy, Local 4.
Such a horrible, sad story. Coco, thank you for the update. Turning to Washington now, and even more breaking news. President Trump about to speak at the 36th Annual National Peace Officers Memorial Service. The ceremony honors law enforcement officers who were killed in the line of duty last year. As we mentioned previously, this would include Wayne State University Sergeant Colin Rose, Detroit Police Corporal Myron Jarrett, Detroit Police Sergeant Kenneth Stile, and Detroit Lieutenant Kevin Miller. Former Michigan State Representative Mike Rogers was reportedly among 8 candidates interviewed for FBI director over the weekend. Rogers served on the Michigan Senate before running for Congress in 2000. President Trump says that he hopes to name James Comey's replacement sometime this week. Today, the saga over the sinkhole right there on 15 Mile Road took center stage in court. The city of Sterling Heights filing a lawsuit essentially saying residents shouldn't have to pay. The judge didn't touch that point, but did make a ruling. Local 4's Nick Monticelli joining us live now in Mount Clemens. And Nick, this hearing just ended.
It did about an hour ago, and there's a lot of heated debate on both sides of this. You could tell between the lawyers and Candace Miller and the mayor from Sterling Heights, a lot of things going on, but I want to back up and kind of give you some background on what's happening and what this lawsuit is all about. So this lawsuit was filed, I should say, at the beginning of May, and when that happened, the city essentially saying that they do not want residents paying for sinkhole repairs because the drain district, they say, is already being paid to maintain it and never did. In fact, many have said that the drain was a problem, it needed to be fixed, and that never happened, essentially blaming Anthony Morocco, who was the previous public works commissioner here in Macomb County. So you understand that Sterling Heights is just one of 11 communities that make up the Macomb Intercepted Drain District. So 11 communities pay for all of the water, the sewage flowing through those drains. So now the judge is saying that the $70 million in repairs, so She dismissed one count. So now if the city wants to pursue this lawsuit, it has to convince Candace Miller to sue the county. Miller says that is never going to happen, but the city is insisting what happened is the fault of Morocco and the maintenance that they were paying for should have happened.
We've paid for the maintenance. We paid for the inspection, the maintenance, the repair of this. We paid for that. We've been paying for that over the years, and the work wasn't done. When governments fail their residents, they need to be held accountable.
Listen, whatever happened in the past, the facts are going to come out. They'll come out. And I'm sympathetic to the argument that my predecessor perhaps didn't do his job well here. On the other hand, we have an emergency.
Miller went on to say that she and Mark Hackel, the county executive, thinks that this lawsuit was frivolous and the city council of Sterling Heights never should have approved it. In fact, they say that this lawsuit stole some of the repairs happening at the sinkhole site in Fraser. They even say that they couldn't sell bonds to pay for any of the work. The bonds were supposed to be set for sale on the 17th. Now they're scheduled for a week later on the 24th because there was that decision here in court today. Oh, and by the way, Alvarad, there is a new piece of information that this sinkhole is not the only repair that needs to happen. Crews found an additional 3,700-foot line that also has similar issues that now they have to repair as well. That will be an additional $6 million. We're live here in Mount Clemens. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Alrighty, Nick, thank you for the update there. We'll definitely continue to follow this one. The Michigan man who helped stop the advance of a worldwide cyber attack that held computer systems for ransom is concerned about another wave of copycat attacks. Darian Huss, a computer security engineer who lives near Grand Rapids, analyzed the attack with a British colleague. They spent just over $10 to register the domain name and got into the system and located the kill switch to stall the cyber attack. Well, there's more cyber chaos today as companies across Asia boot up their computers and find the virus has spread there as well. Kelly Kobiela explains how the ransomware known as WannaCry has already hit more than 200,000 systems in more than 150 countries, including the U.S.
This morning, carmaker Nissan and tech company Hitachi are struggling with sluggish email. A Hitachi spokeswoman telling NBC News, "We're certain we've been hit with the virus." The biggest cyber attack in history started Friday, freezing computers at Britain's National Health Service, forcing emergency rooms across the country to close, and even stopping surgeries. The malware known as WannaCry has been causing chaos across the globe. 200,000 systems in 150 countries. Germany's National Rail, Spain's biggest phone company Telefonica, the Russian Interior Ministry, and FedEx in the U.S.
We've seen the rise of ransomware being the principal cyber crime threat in the last 2 years, but we've never seen anything on this scale.
The virus first infects a computer through a bad link in an email, then quickly spreads through an organization's network, locking computers, encrypting files, and demanding $300 in Bitcoin. The cyber thieves used a hole in Microsoft security that was made public by hackers who stole it from the National Security Agency last summer. Over the weekend, this 22-year-old British cyber researcher known as Malware Tech says he accidentally found a kill switch for the virus. He, along with American Darian Huss, slowed the attack but didn't stop it. The only way to guard against it, experts say, update your computer software and avoid emails with strange links. This morning, the Chinese officials say they've now detected a version 2.0 of this virus. They say it spreads faster and isn't affected by that kill switch. Now, some industry experts have suggested that this may be the work of Russian-speaking cyber criminals. Intelligence agencies around the world are investigating. They say at this point, they simply don't know who's behind it. Kelly Kobiela, NBC News, London.
We're going to get to breaking news that we're following for you this afternoon from Washington. That's where the U.S. Supreme Court has turned away an attempt to reinstate a controversial voter identification law. The Supreme Court rejected an appeal of a lower court ruling that struck down North Carolina's voter ID law. That law included a photo ID requirement and a reduction in early voting. The lower court ruling says the law targeted African Americans with, quote, almost surgical precision. And we're also following breaking news from Louisiana. That's where a 7-year-old was accidentally shot at school. At this point, it's unclear what led to this shooting, but police say the situation is over and thankfully no one else was hurt. That 7-year-old we've learned was taken to the hospital, but right now there's no word on his condition. The Monroe County jury in the trial of Daniel Clay for the murder of Chelsea Bruck could hear testimony from Clay himself today. The 27-year-old is accused of murdering 22-year-old Chelsea Bruck after a Halloween party back in 2014. Clay claims that Bruck died while he choked her during rough sex in his car. More of his police interrogation was shown to jurors this morning.
I honestly do not know what I did, what I used, what. I remember thinking she was dead when I choked her. Could not wake her up. And freaking out.
Well, the prosecution has now rested its case. Local 4 is in the courtroom. We do have a crew there. We're going to update testimony coming up later on Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. Well, now we're going to get you updated on your forecast coming off of a beautiful Mother's Day weekend, Brandon. And today was pretty nice as well.
Yeah, we're on our way to just steady improvements, especially those of you who are fans of the warm weather. We welcome the Tigers back tomorrow night, taking on the Orioles, but there's no place like home. 63 degrees out there right now. Calm winds. Pressure is over 30 inches, which is a sign of stable weather. And you can see these 60s are everywhere. 63 degrees, Ann Arbor, Howell. As we head over to City Airport as well, we're all in the 63-degree range. 64 in Mount Clemens, 64 over in Jackson. So temperatures building today to around room temperature through the afternoon hours. Plenty of sunshine. 72 degrees or so, maybe a skosh cooler on the east side as we have these southeast winds over the big lakes. But more importantly, an area of high pressure set over us. We showed you the barometer over 30 inches, and that's a stable weather maker, and it rides that wet weather up and over us for today. Evrod will track some of those showers for your Tuesday coming up.
Alrighty, Brandon, we'll check back in with you in just a little bit. So to come here on Local 4 News at noon, Putin sounding off. The Russian leader talking about North Korea, how he thinks the missile problem can be solved. And as we go to break, we are continuing to follow breaking news for you this afternoon out of Detroit, where a suspected drunk driver now in custody. It's in connection to the crash from earlier this morning on the city's west side that sadly killed a 53-year-old man and a 10-year-old girl. The child's twin sister remains in critical condition. And even more breaking news, the latest from Washington, where President Trump speaking at the 36th Annual National Peace Officers Memorial Service right now, in fact, as we give you a live look. The service honors fallen police officers from the past year, including some of our very own, Wayne State University Sergeant Colin Rose. And former state representative Mike Rogers was reportedly interviewed for FBI director over the weekend. President Trump says that he hopes to name James Comey's replacement sometime this week. We're back with more news right after the break. All right, welcome back, everyone. A local spa owner is in custody this afternoon after he allegedly inappropriately touched one of his clients. This is Con Vuong. He is the owner of Oriental Spa, located right there on Grand River in downtown Farmington. He's been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault after police say he inappropriately touched a 23-year-old woman. He was arraigned on Friday and is expected back in court on May 26th. If he is convicted, he could face up to 6 years in prison. And as one of his first moves as French president, Emmanuel Macron has named a new prime minister. Macron has named 46-year-old French lawmaker Edouard Philippe as the country's new prime minister. Philippe serves as the mayor of a small French town and stands as the first major decision of Macron's presidency. North Korea successfully launched a missile on Sunday, leaving many of the world's powers uneasy about the future. The successful test launched a medium to long-range missile that landed off the coast of Russia. North Korea says the test proves the country has a rocket that's capable of carrying a nuclear warhead. Now, both Russia and the U.S. are wondering what to do, with Russian President Vladimir Putin saying a peaceful negotiation is the way to go. Now, Putin says the missile test was dangerous, but that trying to intimidate North Korea is not the way to solve the problem. Instead, he suggested creating a dialogue with Kim Jong-un to try and stop future launches. Putin says he's opposed to any countries having nuclear weapons and hopes the UN can help facilitate a talk with North Korea. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, we're talking shocking statistics. About 1,000 American children die from drowning every year. We'll tell you what parents are not doing that has some concern. Brandon?
Well, Everett, last week, you remember, we would be begging for these temperatures. Right now in the low and middle 60s in all 4 zones. We go from spring to summer in a heartbeat. Coming up next.
Our client was...
Welcome back to Local 4 News at noon. Storm pins. This is coming from Windsor. Chip Dave from Windsor showing us a beautiful picture of a flowering maple. Local 4 storm pins by Tom Holzer Ford, a great tool for tracking severe weather, sort of a social media thing. You can get the app for free under WDIV and share your beautiful pictures as well. 63 degrees out there right now, on our way to about room temperature 72, warming today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Man, these temperatures are taking off. Southeast winds 5 to 10. Overnight tonight down to about 52. Some scattered rain and thunder showers coming after midnight. 2 a.m. to about 8 a.m. looks like the time frame for those showers, and the latest model has a lot of it along and north of M59, but probably not exclusively there. Here's a look at our temperatures over the next week or so. Look at these 80s, at least 3 days here. We'll call that a stretch. We do have a little bit of trouble in there with some morning showers tomorrow, and Thursday, Friday could get a couple of scattered showers. The cold front comes in later in the week. In the meantime, we're waiting for this warm front to come up. It's currently stationary across central Illinois and Indiana, just waiting for that warm and muggy air to bust in. And right ahead of that warm front is why we expect some of these showers coming out of the high plains to activate here in the overnight hours. But again, nothing happening out there today. Plenty of sunshine, gorgeous. Again, as we head into tomorrow morning, here's 5, 6 a.m. and a lot of this is training north of Detroit, but certainly it could set up a little bit farther south, and most of it either way should be gone early in the morning, and we get bright sunshine again tomorrow afternoon with that 80, 86 on Wednesday. It's going to be a little muggy and windy, but still a very summer-like day. Thursday still in the 80s with a couple of scattered showers, and as we hit Friday, that cold front means cooler weather, but not dramatically colder. Evrod, we do have some wet weather this weekend.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. About 1,000 children in America die from a drowning every year, according to a new survey from the University of Michigan. It finds more than 1/3 of parents allow their child to be in a pool without adult supervision. 1 out of 7 parents in the survey said that they would allow a child who can swim or who cannot swim to be in the water unsupervised. Definitely some startling numbers there, something that as parents we should definitely pay attention to and take the necessary precautions. So to come here on Local 4 News at noon, it was an unusual rescue. An unorthodox pet stranded on top of a roof, and someone had to come and get him down. We're back in a minute. All right, finally here at noon, you have got to see the strange animal that firefighters had to pull off of a home in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, last week, Valerie Kelly's parrot escaped his cage and flew onto her roof. And for the next 5 days, the bird flew from roof to roof throughout her neighborhood, and Kelly couldn't get him down.
Well, that was until Sunday afternoon when local firefighters scaled a neighbor's roof and finally were able to catch the parrot and brought him home. Kelly says the parrot wasn't happy about being captured, but she's ecstatic to have him back. I'm assuming that the parrot couldn't fly and maybe just kind of hopped from roof to, I don't know.
Perhaps Polly didn't want a cracker.
Good great day, everybody.